A place meant for two. When Raj and Sim first met, it was under the familiar gaze of family expectations, a potential arranged match. Raised in different cities but grounded in similar values, both were soft-spoken, ambitious, and deeply respectful. They worked in IT, were academically bright, and held close to their hearts the idea of family. Their first meeting felt easy. No grand gestures, no dramatic sparks, just a quiet comfort, like a cup of chai shared without saying too much. Their parents saw promise, so did they. They said yes. Their wedding was a beautiful affair, warm, simple, full of laughter and blessings. It felt like the beginning of something steady and good. In the early years, they grew into each other. Sim's laughter filled their home. She was curious, full of light, and carried a soft dream to see the world, to feel foreign streets under her feet. Raj, calm and dependable, never made grand declarations of love, but he showed up every day. He brought her tea before meetings. He remembered her favorite color. He let her be. Life, as it often does, came calling. They juggled work, cared for aging parents, raised two beautiful children, and adjusted themselves constantly to fit into the joint family rhythm. They smiled, they worked, they loved quietly. And slowly, Sim's dream faded into the folds of responsibility. Until one breezy Saturday morning on a road trip like many before, Sim turned to Raj and asked, "What if I die next month?" "You've eaten my head for decades. Death won't dare come near." "No, really, Raj. Suppose I had just a week. What would I regret?" He looked at her, the way you look at someone you know, like a book. And then he asked, "What are you thinking?" She hesitated for a moment, then softly she said, "Paris. I always wanted to stand under the Eiffel Tower, and maybe at the top." Raj blinked. It had been so long he had forgotten. She had told him once, maybe twice, but well, life had always been louder. He didn't respond immediately. That night, he just couldn't sleep. He stared at the ceiling, her words echoing in his mind. Paris, Eiffel Tower. A dream paused, not lost. In the following days, he looked at their savings. Their children were at crucial turning points. The thought of planning a Europe trip now felt like opening a door just a bit too wide. But he also understood something deeper. Sim's question wasn't really about death. It was about an unlived life. So he made a choice. Sim would go alone. She refused at first. "How can I go without you? We've never done anything big apart." Raj gently smiled. "This is your dream. You should live all of it, and I'll live it through you." Eventually, Sim agreed. She booked her flights, arranged her visa, packed her bags, all with a strange mix of excitement and guilt. Raj helped, but from a distance. He wanted her to own this journey. When the day came, Raj hugged her at the airport longer than usual. He whispered, "Forget us for a week. Just be with you." In Paris, Sim bloomed. She wandered along local streets, tasted unfamiliar food, laughed with strangers, and sent Raj photos with every new step. From the Louvre to Montmartre, she collected memories and sent them across time zones with a single message. "Next time, you and I'll be your guide." Finally, she reached the Eiffel Tower. As the elevator lifted her upward, her heart thudded. Not with fear, but, something deeper. At the top, with the city sprawling beneath her, she cried. This moment, it had lived inside her for over 20 years. But she couldn't reach Raj. Call after call failed. The sky stretched endlessly, and yet he felt so far away. She walked around, just absorbing the view. A man selling souvenirs approached her. keychains, postcards, and a lighter with the Eiffel Tower engraved. "If you want to remember this moment," he said, "take this from the top." She bought it for Raj. Back at the hotel, reality struck. Lighters weren't allowed on flights. She panicked, called the airline. No exceptions. She tried to disassemble it, empty it. Nothing worked. She called Raj. "It's just a lighter," he said gently. "Leave it." But to Sim, it wasn't. It was proof that even at the top of the world, she longed for him. So she wrote a note, wrapped it with the lighter, and under the quiet evening sky near a small green patch by the tower's base, she dug a shallow pit and buried it, a piece of her heart sleeping beneath Paris. She returned to India, didn't mention it again. Years passed. The children moved abroad and their careers settled. Grey streaks crept into their hair. They had everything, but, some evenings just felt a bit too quiet. One day, at a cafe, Raj joked about retirement. Sim was distracted. Her eyes caught someone lighting a cigarette. That flicker, well, it brought everything back. "Raj," she said, "let's go to Paris together." Raj raised an eyebrow and said, "You've already seen it. I'd rather go to Himalayas." But Sim looked at him, with the same quiet intensity he once did when he told her to go alone. This time she said, "I need you there." He didn't understand it fully, but he agreed. So Sim planned the trip herself again, honestly, more eagerly than ever before. She packed both of their bags, tossed in his favourite snacks, and even went so far as to reprint their passport copies just in case. In Paris, she really became his storyteller. She showed him the places she'd been, shared how she felt, and talked about the people she had met along the way. Raj listened, kind of amused, and watched the city unfold through her eyes. Then they finally reached the Eiffel Tower. From the top, he looked out, the city lights blinking like distant fireflies. It was truly beautiful. But, what moved him even more was Sim's face, as she watched him finally see what she had once seen alone. "There's one more place." Near the base, under a tree, she knelt down and began digging. Raj's voice echoed softly. "Sim, what?" he began. And then she pulled it out, the small worn packet wrapped in plastic. She dusted it off and handed it to him. Raj opened it slowly. Inside there was the lighter, and tucked beside it a folded piece of paper. His hands, they shook slightly as he opened the note. Sim's words echoed softly in his mind. "Nothing is beautiful or complete without you, Raj. You are my world." Raj didn't speak. Then, right there in front of strangers, tourists, and the Paris wind, he hugged her. It was a tight, unreserved, childlike hug. Sim stood still. She had never seen him like that before. He had always loved her in silence, but now she could truly feel it in the way he held her. Later, as they walked back to their hotel hand in hand, Sim whispered, "I think this is what was missing all these years." They had started their journey as two respectful people building a life, but it took decades, a lighter and a buried message for them to understand. Real love isn't loud. It's giving someone else the life they once set aside. Now, with children grown and duties done, they spend their days chasing each other's dreams. Raj finds new places Sim once spoke of in passing. Sim finds mountains Raj once drew in his sketchbooks. Their story isn't about Eiffel Towers or foreign lands. It's about two people who chose to love, not in grand gestures, but in small, buried promises. Because sometimes love is quiet, Sometimes it waits beneath a tower, and sometimes a place meant for two just takes time to feel whole.